West Ham against Manchester United on Sunday. They have very different weeks in Europe, didn't they? Let's start with West Ham United. Then, Clinton, does that win in Zagreb in midweek in the Europa League suggest, actually, that West Ham might be even better this season than last season?
Difficult. It's a hard place to go. It's a fantastic result, to be fair. Unbelievable result. He rested a few players. I thought Declan Rice and Mikel Antonio, they were outstanding. He brought in Kurt Zouma, Vlasic. So, yeah, they did good business towards the end of the window without a shadow of doubt, but it is a tough place to go. I think West Ham will do well in the Europa League this year. The only thing I worry about is if they pick up one or two injuries and have they got the players to come in. But at this precise moment, I think the job David Moyes is doing fantastic. As I said, Antonio, brilliant. I know it was a mistake, but the way he capitalised it. And Declan Rice's goal is fantastic. A lot of people look at him and he gets a lot of criticism. He's just basic in midfield. The run and the finish is fantastic. So he's an outstanding player, Declan Rice is. So for me, at this precise moment, West Ham are fantastic. I know the result against Southampton on the weekend wasn't as good. It was a frustrating afternoon, Antonio getting sent off, but I think the performance in midweek was brilliant.
Well, it's interesting that, when Clinton mentioned the fact that, they've bought well. They've got options now, haven't they? Because against Southampton, Dawes, at the back, they played Ogbonna and Craig Dawson, and in midweek, they played Zouma and Diop. So, I mean, what a great position for them to be in.
They have to be in that position, Jeff, when you're in Europe. I've been there. You can't play you can't have your 1 to 11 that's going to play both times. You're a lot of travelling. So he's got to have a squad, and he's making that squad. He's rotating. Mikel obviously played over there, but defensively, I think, the Zouma one was a good signing. Yeah. Very, very, very good signing. Albeit you're probably costing you a fortune in wages, but that's it nowadays, and they had to do it. They've put themselves in a position the season they had last year, and the job David Moyes is doing. You have to build, because then you can still go again in the Premier League, and they've had a great start. Fantastic. But if you don't have that squad and bring players in, you can't compete in both competitions. And then you've got, obviously, the League Cup over, you've got the FA Cup. It's competitive, and when you are in Europe, it's a challenge. It is relentless. I've been there, and it's Thursdays, Sundays. It's and the West Ham...
What's it like playing on a Thursday?
That's not the question. Let's move on.
Let's move on there. I did play on a Wednesday now and again, Merson.
Yeah, I know you did. You just give me the...
Teed you up, did I? Teed you up, mate.
Yeah, of course, Arsenal not playing on a Thursday or any other day in Europe, are they, at the moment?
Just come back.
Merson, I'm trying to think how to phrase this. What was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer thinking on whatever night it was, Wednesday night, when he had Wan-Bissaka sent off and made the subsequent changes that he did?
Yeah, I mean, this is why the jury's out on Solskjaer. I mean, I think it's seven defeats in their last 11 Champions League games. I mean, that's a phenomenal record. When he goes to three at the back, and Dawes will tell you this, and I've played in teams with it, it's a hard way of playing three at the back. People think you just put three in and it's easy. It's a hard way of playing. You know, everything he'd done wrong, he panicked. You know, if I put Tuchel in charge there, I put Pep Guardiola in charge there, I put Mourinho in charge there, Man United do not lose that game. Man United win that game, let alone lose the game. You know, Green was on the bench. He has to come on. He has to come on. You know, I'm not even a manager anymore. I'm not even in that class of Solskjaer being a manager. But I know that. So if I know that, how's he not know that? You know, and it's like, I worry because it seemed to me it was people-pleasing. It was people-pleasing. You know, you had to, all of a sudden, you had to say, Cristiano, you've got to come off. This is for the team now. This is for the team. We're 1-0 up. I need pace up front. I need someone who's going to go that way, and we're going to go. You know, and it's all right saying, oh, you know, he didn't... But he never took any...
Did he think that was going to please? Well, it didn't please Ronaldo, did it?
No, that's what I mean. He didn't. That's what I mean. He was people-pleasing because he kept Ronaldo on for a long, long time in the game. You know, he was getting more and more pressure. You know, Man United were never going to win the game in there. You looked and it was just constant. It was just played in their half. Now, that was Man United all over. All you want, them to be in your half, and you put Greenwood up front, and you can counter-attack. I'm not saying Cristiano Ronaldo, you know what I mean? I'm not having a go at him at all. What I'm saying is there's horses for courses. For 10 men, save him, big game coming up. Even if you draw this game. Man United haven't been playing well. You know, they got well beat at Wolves. You know, who should have got well beat at Wolves. Wolves were lazy in their finishing. against Newcastle last week, it was heads or tails. At 1-1, anybody could have won that. Any one of them teams could have won the football match. And then they go and get beat by, I'm not going to be disrespectful here, but by a pub team in Champions League football terms. By a pub team. And they got beat. You know, this is Man United, the biggest club in the world. You've got to be tactically good enough to go, right, I need to change this. And
But what I don't get, though, Clinton, is, you know, with all the attack... You talk about Ronaldo, but with all the attacking ability, all the attacking flair that Manchester United have got, and yet they decide, you know, to take off Van der Beek. I wasn't having a great game. And then they've taken Fernandes off, and then they've taken Ronaldo off. You know, it's almost like they're waving the white flag and they're playing young boys. No. You know, when they should have been on... Even with 10 men, they should have been capable of being on the front foot, shouldn't they?
100%. I'm going to tell you now, Jeff, if Man City are playing that game, they win that game, or at best they don't lose that game because they keep the ball. I did the game and was watching it in the studio, and I was thinking to myself, hold on a minute. When it's second half, they did not keep the ball once, and I agree with Mercy. It should have brought on Mason Greenwood because they were just getting sucked in deeper and deeper. And sometimes you need a ball, and it's not a bad ball when it's clipped, and someone takes you up the pitch and gets you, as I said, a free kick or a throw, and they just suck deeper and deeper. So yeah, and that's the one thing people question about Ole. Is his decisions in big games like that. In big games like that, I think the other night he got it right. Listen, they've started the Premier League. Merson might say they've not played well at the Premier League, but they're getting results and getting wins. But in that performance in the week was not good enough, to be fair. He probably was right to take off Van der Beek, but you know what? I would have probably brought on Matic instead of going to the three at the back. He went to the three at the back and just invited pressure, and the pressure came and it came and it came. And obviously, he brought Jesse Lingard, and he was unfortunate because I think Jesse's a brilliant player and he started the season well with the bad back pass. But I would have put Jesse Lingard in a deeper position in one of the midfield so he gets you up. And then if you're going to take off Bruno and Ronaldo, Jesse goes where Bruno plays and Mason Greenwood goes where Ronaldo plays, and then you've got the pace to break on the counter-attack. And I just think he made the wrong decision. And I'm in agreement with Mess. I'm not no manager or anything like that. I'm not doing what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is doing, managing a big club like Man United, but it's not rocket science. It was all...
I go with you with the decisions and the way you can play. But one thing I will defend Manchester United about is the pitch, Merce. I've been there and I did play on a Wednesday night in the Champions League. But we went to Young Boys in a qualifier and we were 3-0 down after 30 minutes.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I thought you would.
No, I do remember it.
The AstroTurf pitch, in their defence, it's easy now we can sit here as those players will come out in years down the line, they'll say, they will beat the Old Trafford without a shadow of a doubt.
Of course,
when you talk about decisions you made, that's what we're questioning. But in their defence, the AstroTurf pitch is completely different.
How many other teams have gone there and lost? Just about everyone. Is the answer to that, you know? It's not like they've got a great record, you know, at home in the Champions League or anything else. You would expect the Manchester United to go there and win.
I still think Champions League football, Jeff, AstroTurf, it's not even in our football league.
I completely agree, but it's unacceptable. If you look at the Opta records, you know, Manchester United, 2 shots. That's the fewest they've had in the 138 Champions League games since Opta were keeping records from 2003 to 2004. And this is a team with Cristiano Ronaldo and Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes and Mason Greenwood sitting on the substitutes bench. I mean, Bodie, I wonder... Is he under pressure, Solskjaer? Or not?
You're sitting top of the Premier League. I mean, I think, obviously, when you look at the European results, it's not been great for Manchester United on the road in Europe for a number of years in terms of, you know, picking up points or victories. But I think when you... In terms of the big thing for Man United is getting back to winning the Premier Leagues and challenging. We said it a couple of weeks ago on here, if any of the other 3 managers that, you know, it's the top 4 as such were in charge of Manchester United, I think they would be probably favourites with the players and everything they've got right now. Until Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wins something, I'm afraid it's going to be labelled at him in terms of, you know, and any little thing in terms of making substitutions that don't, you know, go the way that Manchester United or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants them to go. He's going to be criticised because he's not won anything at that, you know, elite level as a manager yet. But listen, that's part and parcel of being in charge of a massive football club. But I tell you what, it's not a bad crisis to be in, is it? You know, first game in the Champions League, albeit you lose it, but you're top of the Premier League.
Yeah. By the way, says the underplay. The run that Manchester United have got to come is going to be a real test for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Maybe he needs to make a statement. After this game, they've got Villa, Villarreal, Everton, Leicester, Atalanta, Liverpool, Spurs, Atalanta again, and Manchester City in their next 9 games. And we talked about plastic pitches because Manchester United and Jose Mourinho went there 3 years ago and won 3-0. It wasn't
There you go, Jeff.
wasn't a big problem, was it?